after the mastermind call, you gave a call to the client and you closed the job, right?
3 days, it'll be signed and ready to go.
This is a 50K job and we've done it in a 2.5 weeks time. Do you now believe that construction can be done remotely?
Yeah, 100%.
I knew what's gonna happen on the project without me being on the project.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's start this interview. So let's start from the beginning. Before you joined, how did you find my profile and how it was? So tell me a bit about yourself, like what's your age and like how you started in construction, your experience and stuff like that.
So I'm 42. Yeah, so in construction I'm quite long time, so 20 years plus. Really, I started from like young age, you know. So been working as a self-employed mostly. Yeah, mostly a self-employed. So had some business, but it wasn't like long time ago. You know, it wasn't well, so I had to close it during the COVID.
Yeah.
So yeah, after that, so I went to work for someone, you know. So I was working for a company
So you
as
was
a.
so
I'm sorry.
you was a plumber or you did a multi-trade stuff?
So yeah, I've been before I was doing like flat refurbishment as well back home, right? So I could do like lots of multi-trade stuff. When I come to UK, I learned the plumbing. Then after I learned the plumbing, I passed the courses, not the courses. I got the license for the gas safe. So I've been as a gas safe for some time. So yeah, since then, yeah, I've been like working for someone.
Got it. And what's happened next? Why you decided to get in touch with me and stuff like that? What happened? Why?
Why? Just fed up, bro. I'm just fed up. You know how is you know how it is. I mean, because the first attempt was like wasn't successful, right? To build a business. So I
Yeah.
spent quite a couple of years, you know. But you know, when you have no guide, really, when you have no to talk about with someone about how to do it, really, where to find the clients, let's say, where to go, how to structure your quotes and stuff, you know, it's like it's hard. So that's why, and so yeah, as well, you need to invest in your business, time, money. You know, this is wasn't how to explain it. It wasn't the case for me then time. I didn't understand how everything is working in the construction industry. So yeah, so I've been normally working from my friends, you know, the friends references, you know, that's
Yeah.
all. But you can't really be successful business only on that, you know.
And what motivated you actually to get in touch with us? So you've been working on site on tools. So why you decided to try that again?
You know, the motivation really was uh how to explain better. I don't like to work to someone. This is the first motivation. This is my always, as I said, I've been self-employed. I've been working for on my own most of the time, right? So, but it was like small projects, nothing serious. But when I start working in a company, as for me, is like pain is like a big pain. I can't do that. So when I see you like on advertisement, I realize that okay, so maybe I can try again. So you know, I heard because when I start communicating with you, I heard some kind of understanding what you're saying about the business. So I can probably find the support from yourself, you know, because I realized that okay, so this guy probably can guide me to cover all my missing bits in my experience, you know. So that was like motivation. So first motivation was that I couldn't work for someone else. This is first motivation. And then I met when I met you, you start when we start communicating. So as I said, you know, that was the first point for me. Okay, so that guy is know what he's talking about, so I can probably go with him and find out what's going on, how he can help me.
So then you spoke first of all with my consultant and then you didn't go forward. So can you explain what was your hesitation and stuff like that and how it then progressed?
Well, the hesitation was, well, you know, you are.
You can
It's
say it is, you know,
like
as
for
what you
me,
thought.
I'm the person. I'm sorry, man. I'm the person who need to think. Okay, I need to because I've got family as well. I've got, of course, I need to sleep with the thoughts. Okay, how to say? I need, if I've got information, I need to at least a day to make a decision. Okay,
Yeah.
so because it was close, he started closing me too soon. That's the thing. Okay. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's too soon. I need to, because it wasn't big money, no, but in reality, it's too soon. So I need to have a time to think. Okay, if I really want, if I really want to go this path, because it takes a lot of effort now. It's like
Yeah.
a lot of work and effort. Because I've been chilling. Like, of course, I didn't like to work with someone, but I've been chilling. I've been earning not the best money, but good money. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is, but because I had to stop it and go full-time business, this is also take this risk. And I need to was waiting everything, if I really want to do that. So
And the thing is, the next one, then I convinced you on Instagram. But anyway, did you have a thoughts that this is can be some kind of scam or some kind of shit course or some kind of shit mentorship or stuff like that, or something which is you can find in the internet and do it yourself?
you know what? I'm not like other people, so I've been spending quite a lot of money in my life to gain the knowledge, right? So everything is always some kind of thoughts you have. You might get this someone who is scamming people. You might not, but if
Yeah.
you not try, you never know. You understand what I'm saying? You never know. But from the communication with you, it sounds that you understand what you're saying. It's because as I was in the construction for so long,
Yeah.
it's very hard to tell me something that I don't really know. But when you start communicating with me, I realize, okay, this guy know more than me,
Yeah.
so it's probably I can learn something.
And when you enrolled into the program, so what do you think was the most valuable you learned inside? Because you're saying that you was thinking that you knew everything, and right now I think you realize that so much stuff you was doing which is not relevant to building business at all.
Yes. The most valuable thing, bro, it is like you have to uh delegate everything. You don't need to fucking work on tools. You know what I'm saying? No, it's just it was hard. It was hard in the beginning to find even a small word to give it to someone. Okay,
Yeah.
this is like because this is hard stuff, because you now need to earn money not on the tools. You need to earn money to finding clients, communicate, do the like to do the extra mile. It's not like when you go to the tools and you get a day rate. So this is like it's easy. Everybody can do that,
Yeah.
but it's hard to when you even lack of work some in the beginning, like you still have to do it and still delegate to someone else. This is probably the most valuable thing for me. So you taught how to say you taught me to think differently, like a business, not like a worker.
Yeah.
Okay, this is
And
like this is most valuable, I think. This has shift my mind. This has been like key point really to shifting my mind, so I don't have to think to go myself to do the work.
yeah. And what about like the structure of the mentorship and mastermind calls? What do you think? Where is the best value? And in terms of understanding your business right now, what you need to do, and as well as learning how to sell and what's marketing, because this is 99.9 builders doesn't know that.
Well, I mean, the our calls. I mean, I know how everything went. You've seen yourself. The lots of people just don't think this way that we're thinking, right? So, communication with you, because all the time I have a question, we have a time together to like in a group anyways, but you dedicate the time to everyone, like a half an hour, sometime 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
We could have a chat with you, me and you. You was explaining me what steps needs to be done, where I need to go, what I need to do, who I need to find. I mean, and this helps, all the way. It helps to how to say, to build the confidence, and understand what steps needs to be done to
Yeah.
achieve certain things. This is very valuable. The
Yeah.
people who've been in the program and went to your sessions, like the group sessions, they went well. I know that 100%.
And what do you think, what was stopping you like to get it right before that? So you've been 20 years in construction, and what do you think, what's the biggest thing in, like, is it like mindset, or what's really need to be changed in order to succeed in business, especially in construction?
Yes, it is a mindset. It is a mindset. It's 100%. I mean, you need to convince yourself. You need to promise yourself. If you go this path, you have to work. It doesn't matter how cool you can be, how professional you as a mentor is. If
Yeah.
you not if you not do anything, you're not gonna get nowhere. That's the simple rule. I mean, you have to push yourself even if it's hard. Sometimes I'm still coming at sometimes evenings after I've been doing some work, and I had a meeting and I have to sit down and do the quote. I want it? No, I don't want it, but I need to do that. You
Yeah.
know,
And right now, what do you think? Would you come back to the tools again after you started doing
of
this?
course, I've got the toolbox. No, of course not, bro. No, I'm not planning to do that. Not really planning to do that. So this
Yeah.
is, I mean, because I will find a way. I will find a way. I'm gonna dig to get the jobs to send the people. This is no way I want to do that, because I even thought that I can come back on the tools. Is just killing me. It's just because the mind's already shifted that much. The paradigm shifted, so I can't understand how I can go back in on the tools.
But now you understood that basically, if you invest 1 day of your time right now properly, or like 1 week of your time, you can make like 10, 20 times or 100 times more than you can invest working like 3 months on tools, like 9 to 5.
I would say, I would say, this is. I mean, there is techniques like you showed us, so you can start making money pretty much like tomorrow. Because when I was working for a company, what you advised me, so to go to a boss, go talk to him and get your things done. So I've done, and I got the guys who start working straight away. So, but I mean, to get in a proper business, you need to put time. It's of course, some got lucky, some
Yeah.
got more, someone done more work probably than me, so someone get the jobs faster. But in reality, you'll get the job if you do your homework, if you do the work, if you go to the clients, if you start looking for the clients, if you communicate with the people, if you start calling, if you get what you have to do, you'll definitely have the clients. You'll definitely have start running business, but it's not gonna come overnight. So this is needs the people needs to understand that it's not coming overnight. It comes with the time. You spend the time, and it pays. It pays.
Yeah, but let me ask you then the bit different question. So what do you think if you started like, let's say 10 years ago, and started learning not how to fix plumbing, for example, or how to work on site on tools, but instead of like focusing how to build a business and trying to build a business and like learn marketing and sales and get more clients, what do you think then? Would you make more money in terms of your time investment? Because in the end of the day, this is you're the most valuable resource. So first one, this is your time. You go there and you work on tools for salary, or you invest your time and you find a project. And let's say if you get like 200K or at least 50K project, you make 15, 20K profit. So like the project we've done together from my company. So I've sent you 3 quotes. We secured three leads. We secured one. this is a 50K job and we've done it in a 2.5 weeks time. So do you think this is better investment of your time than being on tools?
Yeah, sure. It's 100%. I mean, you know, people get soft when they got money, like when they're working for someone, and you know, and it's warm place, is a comfort zone. Okay, so of course, if I started 10 years ago, and I start learn marketing, sales, and the construction business at that time, I was probably already had quite a big company, like not maybe massive, but I would earn money like I wanted really, you know. So this is
And
100% the good investment.
by the way, you got very rare opportunity to do the project together with me under my control. Can you share your experience, how it was and what you learned and how valuable this was for you, you know, to actually get done the projects, come on the calls with me, with my clients and see how I do it. So tell me your experience, how it was. This is, I haven't seen any mentorship where you can do the same stuff, where you can actually make money with me while you study.
Well, I'll tell you what. So yeah, this is very valuable experience. I mean, I couldn't say how much I appreciate that you
You
spent
can
this
share the
time.
details. You can share the details, like what's been like, what you learned, what you saw really, what maybe you saw something different, which I do not see now, like how I'm performing and like what's the.
Oh, okay, like I know that you are. I mean, all the steps you pretty much guided me from the beginning. Okay, so as soon as you give me the lead, so you are been you've been telling me how to communicate with the client first before I even met them. You know, before my first visit. So after, how I need to approach the client, how I need to give the quotes, how many times I need to chase them, how I need to communicate with the customer to get them choose us to work with them. So, and as well, like when we got the job, so I've been in the presentation of the quote presentation. I've seen how you perform with the customer, you know, how you communicate with the customer. That was different level to understanding of mine, how you need to communicate with the customer, not like a friend, you know. That was like because you was communicating like a friend, you know. We drinking coffee and you was asking lots of questions about his life really, you know, about how is the business going, you know, not that straight to the point where, oh, here's a quote, man. Yeah, you know, that was like the first really good experience for me. Not a first good experience, it's just understanding how really business must work. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, then so we've got the job, everything, you know, pretty much you've been running all the things with me. So explaining me what I need to do, how I need to set up, how I need to contact subcontractors and stuff, how I need to gain the quotes from them, I need to manage the work. I mean, everything step by step you've been through all this time through with me, you know, all communication very, very close. I'm very, very glad that you have a time to communicate that close with me, because during this period of time I learned a lot from you, you know. So how you communicate, what is your thoughts, how you approach everything, you know, this is how you structurize everything. So of course I've done I've done a mistake. It's a like it's a life, I'm just learning, but it's a massive experience for me, really. This is like massive experience, you know, to have this project. It's not something residential like I was doing before, right? It's a commercial stuff. There is a commercial work, so big warehouse. So you know, this is, and yeah, I hope I've done well anyways. So, but yeah, that's the massive stuff, bro.
But as
I'm
well,
really
you
appreciating that.
you learned, so basically you've been through all the process now on the 50K project, which is commercial, from sales, from pricing. You price it, I control the prices, I check, then you've been on the sales calls, then you chase the client, then you did the project management, which you fucked up a little bit, but anyway, you did it well. You know. So what do you think, why we secured this client, and what was the key point why we win this job? And the client is extremely happy right now. We had the call last week. So what do you think, why we manage to sign that? What do you think was the key points here?
You know, the key points is because you understand how the pain of the customer. You know, you have like a you have got understanding how to give the customer what they want, how to convince them that you are right person to have the you have a good experience as well, to prove them that you are
Yeah.
like, you know, you're professional, you know, because you're talking professionally, you explain professionally, and you're not trying to sell straight away, you're trying to help them anyways. You know, they see how you've done everything. So to convince them, because you was offering them a lot of stuff, so we can do this, we can do that for you, we can do, like, it's not like a simple promises. We still done it what we promised, even up front. We had like a
We
3 weeks.
we actually outperformed what I promised in order to have very good impression. And by the way, what do you think? What was the key point in signing this project? On your, what you think in terms of like communication maybe with the client? What is the key point in any project if you want to sign it?
So I think because we was always always in the communication with the customer. So we was trying, you know, this is, I think, we're trying to help him, and we try to always ask him how is it going. You know, we always be in touch. You know, and also, as I said, you are experienced in negotiations. That this is what's this is the also this is a good point. You have to be like a good in a in a conversation with the customer. So you need to have to like a sell
Yeah.
in a good way. I mean, not like, you know, in a good way.
So yeah, the key point here was that we constantly been in touch every week. So that was your job. You've been in touch every week with the client. Hey, how are you doing? What's the update? So that's the key point. Most contractors and builders missing out. They just send the quote and never chase the client properly, not calling them, not messaging them. So we've been in touch every week consistently for a 6 weeks time after we priced around 6 weeks. So then basically we had a clean understanding what's going on. So, and we always had to remind about ourselves, and we had a clear feel what's going on the project, where are they at, you know, are there any other competitors, heavy competitors with us, you know? So that's the key point. And as well as understanding and like where your position as a contractor within the tender, you know, and the negotiation, the further negotiation, because they were trying to damp us in terms of price, which is I didn't allow, of course, you know, and that's the key point most builders missing out. And by the way, do you now believe that construction can be done remotely?
Yeah, 100%.
So
It's
you saw
100%.
how I've done the project on just Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
Never been on site.
Yeah. But I mean, you can do it, but you have to have right people with you to do this stuff, to do the business. To do the business. But I know you have a lot of people, a lot of subcontractors where as well. You gave me your own when they was start calling, finding the subcontractor. You share your own people who you using, so we can do the work. So that was also is a good point, you know.
And you know, most of the people do not believe that construction can be done like I've done it and like I've been doing this for 6 years. What's your feedback on this? Like you saw how I've done this on like on the Zoom calls, and do you think you can do it as well after you saw how I've done it?
Yes, I think so. It's possible. It's possible to do. Of course, you need to structurize, you know, all your work, and you know all your, how to explain better. You need to know what steps needs to be done to do
The
that.
project management and the team, right? So that's the key things. If you have the correct project management and the right people on the like on site, wherever, in London, in Dubai, wherever your construction business is, then you can do it like now digitally as a business owner, because you can actually, I knew what's gonna happen on the project without me being on the project.
And yeah. That's 100%. You already told me that before. So yeah, I remember our conversation. It's cool. It's
Yeah, so
cool.
let's have a look. Can you send me here your website and your Instagram? Let's show everyone that you have a business, because maybe they will think that you're an actor as well.
Yeah.
I hired you to act here on the Zoom call.
So here's my website, and you can go there,
Yeah,
and
yes.
there is also in the website there is my Instagram and stuff.
Got it.
Have you seen?
Let me show to the person who is watching right now uh, our interview. Can you see the screen as well?
Yes.
Yeah, so here is a website. Everyone doing very close to my one.
You said to us do the
Yeah.
roughly the same stuff.
So in terms of like your business now direction, so do you think it's better than being on the tools? How you, even if you just started, what do you think in terms of like your time, your personal things, your life, and like possibility of making money, have more freedom? Do you think is this is better than being on tools or being on site or even being a project manager working for someone?
Well, of course it's better, but as I said, like you need to dedicate the time for that. You know, at the beginning we need to do ourselves a lot
Yeah.
before you can before you can just do the how do you say, just to do the work remotely or from the office doesn't matter. So you have to do a lot of work yourself before you have the right team. So but it's still, of course, it's better than you are doing like work in the tools. This is 100% better. You own your boss. I'm on my own boss. Yeah, I'm calling. I've got the clients, I do the advertisement, the leads come in, I'm calling, secure the meetings, go to the meetings, see the customers, trying to communicate how I learn from you, trying to negotiate, do the quotes, sending quotes. As I said, today I presented a quote over the over
On Zoom
the
as well?
huh?
On Zoom
over
as
the
well?
over the Zoom, yeah. So yeah, lady, she wants work with me. She wanted to really to see the closer look to the quote because she wants to take some out of this because she said it's not in my budget, but it's fine. So I said I want to understand what I can remove from that.
Yeah.
No problem. I mean, this is not my first quote, okay? So so I know how to go now. This is the best way.
And this is important point, by the way. And how valuable is the sales module I have, and in terms of how I teach to actually sign the contract, because that's the number one importance within any business. Because you can like be the super duper builder, but if you cannot close the client, who gives a fuck? Right?
Yeah.
So what do you think in terms of like sales module, like 4 steps which I teach, and now like what do you think how valuable it is, and would you be able to do it without this information, or like you probably, how would you close the clients? You probably would send the quote on the email.
So yes. So you know what? Because I still communicate, with the people from our group, So and I know for sure that another guy, so he's presenting quotes as well, only over the phone, over the Zoom, or over the WhatsApp, never sending quotes to the customer directly because this is the way the customer just don't respond. I mean, they still can't say no because I in the beginning conversation I was saying, okay, you can say no, there's no problem for me, okay, because if you're not happy with the quote, we can always negotiate what you don't like. We can adjust the quote to your needs, to your budget, maybe if it's reasonable, of course. But I'm not understanding quote and leave it one-on-one with the customer because this is not the way. You can't then handle any objections they have. You not explain them because the people don't understand our language. We are
Yeah.
doing the quote as a professional, sending them. They see on the quote there's a lot of numbers, a lot of words. They can't understand why, and they say, "Oh, if they don't like the figure, they never come back to you." But they don't understand where the figure come from, So you need to explain them everything. This is cost that much because of that. This costs that much because of that. And they in the most cases, of course, they might need still think about it, but in the most cases they'll be on the same page with you, and this is important. This is important, very important.
Well, now you're presenting everything on Zoom, right? So the latest one you presented, you had a lot of objections, right? So you could understand what's going on in the client's brain.
Not a lot of objections. It's not an objection because the people, you know what? Before people start the work, they're not, as you said, they normally don't understand how much actually the work really cost. They have like some kind of figure in their mind, so they think, okay, we can do it for this money. But in reality, they never get in this price. So that's why they not have an objection. They're just asking why. And let me think what the lady said, really. Let me think what I can remove from the quote. What I don't need, really. Maybe she want to remove the underfloor heating because it's there, because she wanted so it's additional one, like 1,200 pounds, right? So 1,200. So it's, I mean, she now understand. Maybe I don't need some fancy stuff in there.
Yeah.
This is as well as an objection. How you can communicate, how you can explain the customer if you send the quote over email or over the phone, like just drop on the WhatsApp. And if the customer don't like it straight away, probably not respond to the phone. You're gonna ghost him all the time.
So what are you doing right now in your business?
I'm
What's
sorry,
going on?
man. What I'm doing in my business.
Yeah, what's
So
going on in your business now?
yeah, I'm doing the bathrooms. I'm pricing the bathrooms and I'm pricing the houses.
Yeah.
So there is a two ways. So the bathrooms from 8 to 15 now. 8 to 15, and the houses is how much it's gonna take. So then also there is a project that can do kitchens, like all the projects. At the moment, I had today I had a conversation with a guy who can do the pub refurbishment. Okay, a small job, but he wants to do it. It's a commercial premise, He wants to do the pub as well. So,
what's your lead generation? What you use right now to get leads?
Facebook adverts, Facebook and Instagram.
So you are now optimized the ads. So is it work better now for you?
Yes, now it's better, but I mean, it takes time and money to understand to understand what people you need to target first, what market you need to go. Okay, for me, it's better because how it works, if it's bathroom, it might be a lead time is faster. Like it could be 2-3 weeks, and you can start the bathroom. If it's a refurbishment, if the people not in a rush, they probably 2 months time. Like they start looking before 2 months time before they find some kind of builder. And 2 months time, you need to meet them, give the quote, and then as again always be on the phone, remind you about yourself, how it's going, have you got the keys. Let's say if they not received the keys yet from the property because someone is buying and wants to do the refurbishment after they receive the keys. Okay, so this is, you have to track this, and you have to be like on the track all the time. Because
And another important question: how do you think importance importance of packaging yourself properly as a business? Because most of the builders, they think that they need clients, but in the end of the day, most of them, they just guys with tools, with no website, with no social presence, with no proper understanding how to close clients, communicate, price correct, that you're actually competitive with the right margins, and with the right contract, which at least protects you, and not even contract like we've done on our project in terms of valuations and upfront payments, because you can have the best contract, but if your payment terms are bad, it's easily you cannot get your money back after the project. So what do you think, how important it is to package your business correctly in the first place and understand how to close clients? Because like, what do you think? Is it important or no? Or just anyone can go tomorrow, register a company and start approaching clients?
Well, if you want to get like, if you want to be on a low margin, of course you probably don't need to spend the money and time just to package yourself. If you want to be a professional, if you
But
want
do
to
you
be a
think even if you are cheap, but do you think even if you are cheap, the client will trust you, like without any social presence? Like, okay, let's say you are cheap, but who you are, you know, if you send me the quote, let's say you're gonna be 30% cheaper than other contractors, but you have nothing, no website, no social presence, maybe even no company, or the company just freshly registered. Do you think someone
no,
will trust you anyway?
every second customer asking what work you've been doing, can you have your website? Can I have your Instagram? Can you show me the works?
Yeah,
Any references you have?
yeah,
Not like, because this is the trade that you have to be like present, like you have to be in the social medias. You have to do like your packaging at 100%, because the people asking about it. If you don't have anything, the people are not gonna work with you.
yeah,
They're not gonna work with you. Of course, it's. I mean, this is important. I mean, whatever you taught us is important. Okay, this is important. Even that minor thing what everybody forget is like, how do you say, task manager, right? So, so when I was everything keeping in my head, you know how it is, you know. So I mean, this is head is blowing, but if you structurize everything in a task manager, so it's much easier to understand what you need to do tomorrow and day after tomorrow.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, packaging is important. As I said, packaging is important. You need to be like seen in a social all the time.
Yeah. So would you recommend for someone who watching this interview right now, something or whatever, do you think this mentorship was valuable for you in terms of what you received in terms of how much you invested? You even make your money back with
Well,
me. That's really insane.
of course, I mean, if the people really understand what they want, of course, I recommend.
Yeah.
If they're looking for, as I said, like a magic pills, they not exist at all. They
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
exist. I mean, you have to. You give the knowledge, but if the people not doing anything, this knowledge is nothing, and you probably spend money. Of course, I recommend. I mean, the amount of support I got from you, even it like was a personal mentorship, to be honest, like one on one. So yeah,
Yeah,
so yeah,
you've been
I
lucky. How much my time and guidance you had, that's no one got, you know, like because you've done the project with me. This is the best experience. Like you work with me one on one
Here is the heaters across the warehouse.
on real case, my case, you know, which I gave it to you, you know, and you made money on that, you know. So that's the craziest part about this mentorship. And let's summarize. So what you actually learned and gained from this mentorship. Let's summarize, like you can do what technical stuff or whatever what you learned. And do you think it could have been possible if you do it yourself in such as like short term what you got from here, understanding the business and the stuff to do correctly?
well, no. I mean, this is for me is understandable thing. Like I understand this better than probably others. So it's better to pay money and use someone's experience who already gone through the process, who understand and been on the market for so long, who understand how everything works. It's better to learn from you
Yeah.
and okay, spend this money. So but then keep this money and go yourself, like in a let's say in a mountain alone. This is like
you tried already yourself, right? You tried it before.
Yes, exactly. So, and I didn't get nowhere, right?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to be. I mean, I know for sure. When the mentor is with you, it's much better than you have no one who can share your experience. This is absolutely, there is no doubts about it.
And you remember that moment when you came to the mastermind call and you said, I sent the quote, it was a small project. I sent the quote to the client and he said too expensive, and I responded to him, okay. Remember
Yeah.
that mastermind? And explain what's happened on that mastermind and how it performed then.
Oh yes. So are you okay, Matt? Why you didn't even ask why he's like it's too expensive? Maybe we can go call him back, explain. Okay, we can. How much you have? Can we probably negotiate whatever you have can do now? I can help you with this, and yeah, this job is closed after that. So yeah, I mean.
So after the mastermind call, you gave a call to the client and you closed the job, right? So basically, one mastermind call, you got the job just because of the simple advice, right? And for
Yeah.
some reason, you didn't do it yourself. So that's the value, and that's the difference between any course or mentorship, where actually I'm inside and I can give real feedback on exact situation in order for you to make money, in order for you to do it correct. So that's the difference. Like you had the coach who is by your side, guiding you how to do the things properly,
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That because you've been all the time working with me, I've been asking questions, or I'm not even asking saying like explaining my situation, and you go through my situation, explaining me everything what I have to do or what I don't have to do.
Yeah.
Instead. The
Main
so
importance
this.
what you don't have to do. That's the thing.
You don't have to say okay to the customer.
What you need to stop doing in order to start
Yeah,
making money. And
yeah, man.
last one, what do you think? How I did inside of mentorship, and in terms of what you've been promised, and in terms of what you get in the end, like in terms of expectations.
You know, I didn't expect, to be honest, like something crazy. But when we was in the first, before I even go to the mentorship, we was communicated a lot with you. I mean, before I was communicating with Alex, yeah, then you started communicating with me, and you said, okay, you'll get this. You'll set up the company. I'll guide you. You'll find the projects. And that happened. But expectation was higher because I didn't realize that you will give me your project.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, this was like, because there is a lot of people, but what I'm saying, if because me and a couple of guys we were pushing, we would been doing more than others, so you trust us some of the like a projects, right? So, and you trust me, and that was like really surprise.
But
It
in terms
wasn't.
of responsibility as a mentor, how do you think I execute inside the mentorship? Do you think I don't give a fuck, or how do I
Oh,
execute
you've
as a
been.
mentor?
I mean, no. You are very dedicated to the what you're doing. Really, this is like important. I mean, you've been screaming on the guy because he's not doing nothing. This is like, this is like because you want that everybody got the results. Because of course it's your reputation as well, but also dedication to the work that people got results because they come to mentorship and you want them to succeed. So what's the point for you then doing that? So that's why you dedicate to what you're doing. So you're trying to lift the guys up to make him do something, because most of the guys didn't done nothing, and probably they say that this has been a scam, but it's not. It's not.
But what do you think if actually anyone who gonna enter the mentorship and will do 100% of what I'm saying, would they succeed inside the construction business?
Or
If they do everything at 100% and the proper responsibility.
I mean, it's hard to do for 100%, but if the full responsibility and they do the work, they'll definitely get to the point where they got the business running and start getting the job and start getting the money. This is 100%. It's 100% because I know that people making money. You showed. I know me and another two guys who've been all the time from the beginning until the end. We've been on almost all masterminds. We are making money. You know, we're making money.
So
because it was slow in the beginning. It was slow in the beginning, but now they start picking up. The guys start making more projects, they closing big projects, you know, and then getting more jobs. Yeah, this 100%.
So you now understood as soon as you take action and then you build the momentum and then momentum builds. So then it's like undeniable you will get business running as soon as you do not stop.
Exactly. It's 100%. It's 100%. And also there is no need to be shy and to invest money, not even in a mentorship, but you still have to, even in a mentorship, you have to invest money. You know, this is the business. You need to invest most importantly, time with the money as well. Money as well. Then otherwise, you're not gonna go nowhere.
But now, can you see the potential of construction business and how much work is there as soon as you know how to find it? And like, let's say, even on the small 50K project we've done. Now you can see the real margins is there and how much you can make if you do it properly. Like it's like 5 times your salary if you do it correctly and you have a number of projects every month.
I'll tell you something. The another guy from the mentorship, he closed the job like there is 22K. I think he is making in 3 weeks 15 from that 22. 7K.
Is it Sergey? Who is this?
Yeah.
Sergey is fucking. So he priced the job on 20K with 15K profit.
So 22K, yeah, 15K profit.
Sergey is crazy, motherfucker. He's like, he's doing the most of work, like, he's just doing in terms of quantity and like non-stopping. Like, he's just crazy with
Yeah.
his.
He's very dedicated to that, really. He's like all the time. I would say what? I'll tell you what. He's doing like from early morning to the late night. He been like a whole day. What he's doing, he's just meeting the client, going through the quotes, sending, communicate, and that's why he is signing the projects now. So I mean, if you spend that time, invest in your business, the outcome is gonna be 100%. It's probably not gonna be in a 1, 2, 3 weeks time, but like it's gonna be like in a couple of months. It's 100%. If you started working hard on what you're doing, of course, in the beginning you don't understand, and some people scared. Some people scared to pick up the phone and call to the customer. You know how it is. So, but you have to overcome this fear and start calling. Of course, it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna start like best negotiation over the few calls. No, but in a time you will calm down. You'll start communicate with customers like like a friend, like easily without like any hesitations, and then since then business start go up and up and up because you gain this confidence, and before you need to put some time in it. Before you gain the confidence, you need to put some time.
Yeah.
100%.
So to summarize this call, there is no magic pill. There is a structure which you can follow, and if you take the action, you will succeed. And as soon as you are not scared, as soon as you are not lazy, and do you think that this actually my presence inside the live presence inside the mentorship is the most valuable in terms of like communication?
I mean, how you know if there was no be weekly communication, I don't know, this is not going to be the case, because
So
I mean
100%.
you can't learn from just from the lessons. I mean, without communication with you personally, you can't gain anything, bro. You can't gain. How you can learn? Because you watching the lesson, there is a lot of information that people can't get. It of course someone can get straight away what you're talking about, but I mean, you start doing and there is 100% something is there. If you're not there, if you don't have someone to ask how to overcome this obstacle or this problem, you're gonna be stuck. So these lessons without your presence is like really useless.
So we are people, we learn from people as soon, if there is no example of someone who is doing this in real life, then it's like pointless. No, because that's why the all the image about the courses and things is so bad, because not because of the courses are bad, because people like checking the module and not taking action, and then they get stuck because they've done 2 times, made mistakes, and no one gave them the feedback. So to summarize, you got all the structure for the business, and even on top of that, you got 50K project from me. So I think to summarize that this mentorship paid you. Like, what do you think in terms of long term, in terms of like next few years, how much return you would get on your money you invested in terms of next few years, if you still gonna continue implementing what you've learned here and what you already achieved?
I'm aiming for a lot. I'm aiming for a lot. How I mean, it just depends on me. Everything depends on me. You've done what you promised. You know, this is the stuff. I paid. You've done everything you promised to me. You know, and it's just depend on me now how much I can
Not even
scale.
everything. I put on top, man. I put
Yes,
so
exactly,
much on
exactly.
top, man. It's like
So
I don't know.
it's just
When I came to London, when I was working on construction, I never had even someone like me right now to call, pay money, and get all these 10 years of experience in just fucking 3 months. Even like, of course, you couldn't get all of my experience, but you got a lot in order for you to shift these first steps and go with a clear understanding what you're really doing in the business, not just like walking in the forest lost without knowing where to go next, like you did already. You did the business, it failed. Now at least you understand, okay, that's the structure. As soon as I price number of projects 100%, I win them. As soon as I price enough, as soon as I sell correctly, as soon as my pricing is okay in terms of market price, you know, as soon as I deliver it correctly, as soon as I project manage it correctly, then everything gonna be successful, right? Because you understood, like in our project, you saw that there is the small things, but actually then the small things came up a bigger things. Yeah.
yes.
So thank you for the interview. Let's wrap it up. I think the people can have the clear understanding what we are doing here. So for someone who is
Hope
watching,
so. I hope so, bro. I hope so. They understand what we're doing, and we're doing a big thing. You know, I'm glad. I'm glad.
so the last one to summarize, do you think this is the, like, by the way, you saw the guy as well there with the toilet inside his mouth. Who came up with the story that he had a construction business. So do you think it's like good to learn from someone who's still doing business?
Of course, 100%. I mean, the people who doing business, this is the right people to learn from. I mean, it's like everywhere. If you, let's say, you are a laborer, there is a carpenter, professional. You come as a laborer to professional carpenter. You learn how he teach you, he guide you, you take the saw, you cut it here.
Yeah.
I'm just in a simple words, okay? So the same stuff you learn from people who do in the business. How, if there will be another way, yeah, another way is longer way, okay? But if you want to learn faster way, so you need to come to the people who do in the business, stick to him for some time. He's gonna tell you and show you what he's doing to have a performance, okay? And then you learn. Of course, as I said, it's not comes overnight, not over week. It comes with the time. You understand? You learn. You do mistakes. You give the feedback. I do mistakes. You give the feedback. So I understand. Okay, this is wrong way. This is the best way. And I learn. This is the best way to learn. To have someone who doing the business, and you stick to that guy who run the business, who he can explain you how to succeed. Simple,
Simple
isn't
as
it?
that. So better to get it in 3 months rather than in 5 years, right?
Of course. The time you never get back. Money, even if you fail by some reason, you can get them back. Not the time, right?
Yeah,
Not the time.
got it, man. Look, thank you for the interview. So
problem.
all this stuff will help people clean their mind and understand that this is real. This is not something we came up overnight.
Yeah. So on mentorship, my mentorship is finished like 2 months ago. You're
But
still
it's still been
it's
going on.
still running. It's still running, bro. It's still running. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've been with me so close. I mean, you're sharing your experience. I appreciate that. So you put the time and effort for me.
Cool, man. Keep smashing, yeah?
Yeah, thanks, bro.